All right, I got to do a sound check, sound check, sound check. Can you hear me, Keontae?
Yep, you're all good.
All right, I got an unstable connection here, everybody. Coming back from New York. Want to make sure that we got Founder Friday got started right. So I'm gonna jump right into it. I want to first of all welcome you all to our September rocket pitch. This is exciting. We about to give some money away today. We're giving some tickets away today to DC Startup Week. And if you don't know what that is, that's one of the largest entrepreneurship conferences in the DC region. So we love to see you in the city. Got tickets for that today as well. But I want to just start with, I always say this, make sure you guys network, exchange information. This network is invaluable. You want to connect with other founders who are doing stuff that are cool, who are building stuff. You want to be in that space where y'all can exchange ideas and exchange resources with one another. All right, so right now, I want to bring up to the stage somebody that's special, near and dear to my heart, a really good friend of mine. His name is Dan Simon. Dan is on the line. So what I was hoping that you could do, Dan, is get us kicked off with our rocket pitch today. Give the founder just some word encouragement. If you can take about 5 minutes to do that, introduce yourself. He is the CEO of Founding Farmers Restaurant Group, which is an incredible restaurant chain with incredible food. And Dan is an incredible leader. So I learn a lot from him every time we are together. So I want to thank each say a few words. And the last but not least, Dan is the sponsor of today's rocket pitch. So let's make sure we show Dan some love, throw him some love in the chat. He's the sponsor of today's rocket pitch. So we're really excited to have him. And he's going to be one of the judges. So he's got 2 roles today. Much love to Dan Simons. All right, Dan, take us away. Give us about 5 minutes of encouragement, if you can, for these founders that are on pitch today and give up some stuff about their businesses. And then we're going to...
Thank you, Tremain. All right. Yeah, money, right? So it's nice to gather. Love is nice. I would say actually love is the most important thing. And money matters. So we got a good recipe. I'm excited to be here. This will be valuable for me if I learn, if I enjoy myself, and if I help create value for all of you. The reason I say it'll be valuable for me is, as an entrepreneur, you got to take care of yourself. You got to know what you need. And I think so often people put themselves last. And as an entrepreneur, and frankly, as a person, you can't put yourself last. The most giving thing that you can do for the people around you, your colleagues, your business partners, your family members, the people you love, the most caring, giving thing that you can do for anyone you care about is take care of yourself so that you are well, and so well that you can do awesome for others. It's just a seed I want to plant with all of you as entrepreneurs, because it is so easy to get caught up and to think that the goal is business success, or to accomplish something, or to get somewhere, or to make some money. And if you get those things, but you aren't well, you won't be able to enjoy those things. And even if the goal is altruistic, I want to make money so I can give it away. I want to make money so I can take care of my family. I want to build a company so I can employ people. Those are great goals. But if you break yourself along the way, then you're just broken. And so knowing yourself, sure, be ambitious. Part of that ambition should be to take care of yourself. So the other thing that I will add, I think the most important skill in business is being a great listener. And for me, listening is, it's not just a function we perform with our ears. It's how we absorb everything. It's how we listen to silence and understand why the silence is there. When someone pauses, why did they pause? When someone speaks slowly, why? When someone speaks quickly, why? When we're in a room and everybody's looking left, why aren't they looking right? So as entrepreneurs, we should all be reminded to hone our listening skills, connect with the people around us, And the digital world and Zoom is part of that, right? Noticing what's in someone's photo. How's someone feeling today? You know, a private message on a Zoom meeting to someone who might look like they're a little down could just literally save a life, mean the world to someone. So take care of yourselves. Strive to be amazing listeners. And then I promise you, your business dreams and your ambitions and your entrepreneurial spirit and all the things you want to accomplish can come to you so much more easily if your foundation is made up of being really plugged in and absorbing what's happening with people around you and knowing where you stand with yourself. So with that, I'm excited. I'm going to learn a lot today. I've talked a lot, so I'm going to shut up and listen and walk my talk. And money matters, so we put some money where our mouths are today, and I'll put some money where my ears are, and I hope that gets us kicked off, and good luck to everybody today. And remember, if you feel a little nervous for whatever reason, that's normal. Take a couple of deep breaths and just center yourself. And remember, you are fantastic. You are in the right place. Let the physiological stuff like sort of drift away and just do your thing.
Dan, you are the man. We truly appreciate you. If y'all aren't hype yet, you got to get hype. I hope that really spoke to you, just in terms of taking care of yourself, just in terms of, the motivation that you spoke of, Dan. And so we definitely appreciate you sharing that. Super excited for this session today. So actually, we can get straight into it. First, of course, you all have heard from Dan. And so next, I do want to introduce our other two judges. And so first, I'll kick it off to Jeffrey Scruggs, our CTO of Venture for Them as well. He'll be one of our judges, very technical. So if you got some apps, you may have some questions on your apps and your software and everything. And so I'll pass it over to you next, Jeff, to introduce yourself. And then I'll pass it over to our third judge, Dawn, today, and she'll tell you more about what she's working on and everything. So let's get it started. I'll pass it over to you, Jeff.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. As Keontae was saying, I am the CTO of Venture for Them. I do on a day-to-day for regular work. I'm a software engineer. I specialize in the artificial intelligence sector. I've done a variety of work for Department of Defense, and now I'm working in intelligence. And now I am helping Venture for Them for their technical aspects, and all things tech are coming through me. And if you have any questions or anything like that, or just want to bounce ideas off, feel free to reach out. And I'll also be one of the judges for today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. And now I'll pass it over to Ms. Dawn to share some of the amazing things that she's working on as well.
Hi, folks. My name is Dawn Myers, founder and CEO at The Most Inc. We are a family of tech-enabled brands that design, engineer, manufacture new technologies in the beauty and hair care space. And I'll be your judge for today.
Awesome. Thank you, too. So as you can see, we have some three powerhouse judges. They're ready. They're excited for you all. And so without further ado, what I want to do now is just go through some quick ground rules on how the structure will work. You all have already DM'd me your business names, and so we already have our list. Unfortunately, we do have a max out, but we do have a great list, and it's a pretty lengthy one. And so we got some awesome ones to get through today. If you aren't able to make that list today, we do have these every single month. And so we'll share those additional dates. And at the end of this session, we'll share the link to already registered for the one next month. So if you aren't able to make it and we don't have time to fit you within the time frame, of course, you always have a second opportunity. But if you're excited, drop a rocket in the chat. I want to see some rockets in the chat if you're excited. This is called Rocket Pitch because you have 90 seconds. You have 90 seconds to win the judges over. And so actually what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to go over to my apps. I'm going to put up this timer just to make sure everybody can see it. Now, as you can see in my top corner, there is a timer. This will help to be able to track how much time you have left. And so I'm going to pause it really quick. Please keep an eye on this timer. You only have 90 seconds for your rocket pitch. Other than that, the judges are basing your analysis on three main things. They're going to be basing it on what we call the 3 Ps. The first P is purpose. What is your idea? What is your purpose? Why are you approaching this? Is it unique in any way? Next, they're basing it on positioning. What is your positioning? So, is this anything unique about it? What do your competitors look like? What is your niche? And then the third P they'll be talking about is progress. So what is your traction? Even if you're in the ideation phase, What is your progress? If you don't have any customers yet, what is your goal toward, getting those additional customers or additional revenue and so forth. And so these are the 3 Ps. So please keep those in mind as you do your 30-second pitch. And so I think those are pretty much all of the ground rules. After that, we'll put the judges in a breakout room and they'll make their decision for the first place winner. So I'm super excited for you guys. I saw some rockets coming in the chat, so everybody's hyped. So let's get it started. Without further ado, first up we have Jace with Couture Express. So let's welcome Jace. Put some rockets in the chat, show her some love. And so when I do see you, Jace, once you begin talking, I can spotlight you just so everyone can see you.
Can you hear me okay? I just want to make sure people can hear me with my AirPods.
Yep, no worries. I got you.
Okay.
And 1 second, let me restart your timer. And when you're ready, I can get started. You ready? Let's go.
Greetings. My name is Jace Watkins, and I am the founder and owner of Couture Express. Couture Express will make beauty and hair care products accessible and convenient on college campuses via vending machines. And the reason I started this company is because of my own personal hassle of getting these products on my HBCU, Xavier University of Louisiana. From having to walk 20 minutes in the hot Louisiana heat to hearing students from other campuses experience the same issue, it made me realize that these products should be accessible at all HBCUs. As I looked into the business opportunity for Couture Express, I found that over 65% of the entire HBCU population are women. And with this percentage expected to grow over the next couple of years, there's a clear need for beauty and hair care products on these campuses. Couture Express will be the solution by providing products like lashes, hair utensils, styling gel, and overall products that women use to get ready for class, work, or overall just their day. As far as our competitors such as Sally Beauties, the local beauty supply store, and other vending machines, they do not provide key features such as average pricing, products for texture hair, and being located in the central area of HBCU. We are also very proud of our milestones, such as securing major vendors for our beauty and hair care wholesaler, and having a beauty vending machine manufacturer that has a software pattern that helps us look at our sales and our inventory virtually. We're also very proud that we're negotiating with 3 HBCUs in the New Orleans area and plan to have those launched by spring 2024. Couture Express is for the student, by the student, inspired by the student. Thank you.
Awesome, great job, Jace. You just made it. So next what we'll do is we'll pass it over to our judges. We'll have 1 judge for each round, maybe ask a question or provide some feedback, and then we'll move on to the next person. I'm seeing some questions come in the chat, personalized to me, about can we share our screens. Unfortunately, you can't share your screens because we only have 90 seconds, but what you can do is put a link in the chat prior or after your pitch. So next I'll pass it over to see if one of our judges would like to hop in for any questions or just general feedback.
I'm hopping in. Hi, Dawn here. Amazing work so far. I'd like to know, do you guys have revenue to date? Have you been able to kind of test the product market fit?
No, so we're currently not in the universities now. We're still in negotiations to get those in place, but we have done a lot of customer research by going up to these schools and getting their feedback on like their experience of getting these products and overall what their experience with getting beauty products, and they're definitely for it and think that there's a need.
Great, thank you.
Awesome, great job, Jace. Next, we have Quincy with Q-Tech Innovations. Let's welcome Quincy.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Quincy Box, and I'm the CEO and founder of Q-Tech Innovations. We are a technology peripherals company that creates and makes and modifies gaming peripherals such as keyboards, mice, and controllers for competitive gamers. The competitive gaming scene, the gaming space is bigger than the music industry, box office, films, and subscription TV services combined. And there are 2.7 billion gamers worldwide. However, the problem that we are solving is that nanoseconds are everything in the gaming industry, but the controller hasn't changed much in 30 years. And gamers want the speed and precision of a keyboard and mouse, but with the comfortability of a controller. And our solution is a Q-Tech controller, which is a game-changing controller that combines the keyboard and mouse experience with the controller and we have a patent for this technology. Our target market are gamers aged 18 to 35, and they spend 7.5 hours a week gaming, which is a lot of time on average. And the reason we're doing this now is because that there's been a massive surge in players since COVID, and there have been an exponential rise in new updates and stuff for the software side of games. However, the physical side is quite slow. And there have been plenty of forums and stuff on like Reddit and things of that sort of gamers asking, is this the pinnacle of the controller? Are we going to see any new updates or any new innovations and things of that sort on the physical side? Our competitors are companies that make controllers such as PlayStation, Nintendo, and Plus Gear. Plus Gear is our closest competitor. However, they have a attachment which is Velcro, and it's very cumbersome. And for our business model, we will be direct to consumer for $150 for our Pro controller, which is around the average price of a controller in the market. For our market opportunity, there are 2.7 billion gamers globally and 120 million in North America alone. So for our total addressable market is $2.8 billion, and our service addressable market is 645. Okay,
You're doing an awesome job,
Sorry.
but we are at time. My apologies, but you were killing it. But we do have to be respectful, of course, as we do have a time frame for everyone. But awesome job. And next, we'll pass over to one of our judges.
I have a question. So for your controllers, it's supposed to be universal? Is it for a specific system or anything like that?
Right now we have a PlayStation controller, so it works for PlayStation and PC.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And can you tell me, this is something that you're manufacturing on your own, is that right?
Yes.
Tell us about where you are in manufacturing.
So right now we have a working prototype. We're working on creating a machine to make it like very it works but it doesn't look good. So we're making a machine to make it like smooth and things of that sort, so it'll look better. But it is functional. Yeah.
Right. And then just one piece of feedback I can't resist. I've seen you pitch before, so I know that your pitches are amazing. Just be mindful when you have a structured pitch like this and you have a smaller amount of time, make sure that it's very decisive and outlined so that we can follow you a lot better.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Definitely great feedback, great questions, judges. Thank you so much, Quincy. Next, we have Boris with Urgent Assist. I'll add you to the spotlight. Get the timer ready. And 1 second. Make sure you get your time right.
Perfect.
And if you're ready, let's start.
All right. Greetings, everyone. I'm Kavaris Welleton. I'm currently a senior at Howard University studying marketing. I'm also the founder and CEO of Urgent Assist, GPA-friendly course assistance. The famous Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. That is one of the many reasons we are working on breeding confidence, breeding peace, and creating a more equitable educational environment amongst HBCU and community college students. When researching the industry, we realized that those two communities were often most overlooked, but those two communities create the biggest economical, political, and societal impact in the coming days. Urgent Assist offers on-demand course assistance in the form of one-on-one tutoring and homework assistance, step-by-step guidance by experts. We are able to meet our consumer at every budget. So to walk you guys through the landscape of our product, the consumer submits a request to our portal, which we are currently building in the MVP phase through a third-party resource, Airtable. The consumer or student submits the request. The request is then sent out to a specialist. The specialists are vetted experts, typically students and teachers. The students and teachers have a set budget at which they complete work. The students are able to submit their course assistance, for example, tutoring or homework assistance at a requested budget. Once they are submitted and matched with an expert, the homework or the tutoring assistance will be sent back. Once again, we are currently in our MVP phase and we're looking to flush out to app development soon to hopefully put our product out to the enterprise level. Thank you.
Awesome job, Boris. Next, we'll pass it over to our judges.
Muted, Don.
Thank you, guys. So you told us that you're at the MVP phase. That can mean a lot of different things to different people. Have people gotten their hands on this, been able to use it? Have you gotten any revenues around this? Tell us precisely where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we're at the MVP phase. My sister was actually our first revenue, and then my second piece of revenue, or our second onboarded customer, was actually a 62-year-old DC local. As I mentioned, I go to Howard, so she was in the School of Business looking for tutoring, and I pitched her what Urgent Assist does, and she was onboarded to our service. And yeah, we were able to generate $200 worth of revenue from her for tutoring and assistance for her economics course.
Nicely done. I'll just offer one piece of feedback. You were 48 seconds in before we started to learn what you were actually doing. Move that up, even if you're just giving people a really quick highlight. Make sure to let people know what you're doing at the top.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions for feedback from the judges?
I was
Had-
curious.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had one question. I remember you said your partnership with a lot of teachers and students, stuff like that. Do you have a number of what are the partnerships, how many, stuff like that?
Yeah, so currently we have 32 onboarded students and teachers. We're looking to grow. We're really looking forward to, having obviously as many students and teachers onboarded as we possibly can.
That's excellent. Thank you.
And how are you vetting the quality or validating the quality of those providing the assistance?
Right. So currently I'm interviewing each individual who applies to our listings. Hopefully in the future, we're able to develop a test where the test, say if you're a physics expert, the test will, the test will be able to show us on the front end if you're able to provide assistance adequately to our request.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Boris. I see some rockets in the chat, of course. Always be sure to drop those rockets in there and show some love to everybody as they come up. Next, we have David, putting you in the spotlight, David. David is with AuraSense. I'm getting this timer ready for you. Let me know when you're ready, David.
Yes, ready. Thank you.
All right, let's get started.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is David Trillo, representing AuraSense. So you see me holding a pin right now. You see me moving the pin left and right. You saw it just go out of focus. I hope you noticed that. This is the equivalent of a neurology exam that happens around the world today, not just United States, to assess a person's acuity, coordination, and cognitive health. What's the problem with what I just showed you? It's a pin. And you're a person, you have a brain. That shouldn't be the exact tool that's used. We're solving $1.5 trillion problem that's facing the US economy, where this pen and a neurologist is using their ability to pay attention to understand a patient's acuity. Notice I said they're just using the pen as a doctor. They're not using a recording device. They're not making any measurements. They're letting their sensory capabilities be the guide. And this actually causes a lot of misdiagnosis. This especially impacts new drugs getting to market. And so we're building an automated kiosk that uses AI and automation to remove implicit bias and also help doctors pay attention. Our first customers are clinical trial participants like pharmaceutical companies trying to bring new life-saving treatments to market. Right now, that exam, as I just showed you, doesn't lead to good quantitative outcomes. We've raised about $725K to date and are closing a $1.5 million round over the next couple of months. Myself, I have a PhD in bioengineering and went to Delaware State University with an undergrad degree in physics, and I'm really passionate about solving this problem. Thank you.
Great job, David. Right on time. Next, off to our judges.
Beautifully done, David. Can you tell us about some of your kind of development processes? Where are you in the actual product phase, and what does that development process look like for you?
Sure. So the company itself got started out of a Department of Defense startup studio where I partnered with some clinicians in the United States Navy, in-licensed the technology and created 3 patents of myself, then brought some additional co-founders in. We're going to start, we've already filed our patents and 2 are already issued. In terms of our MVP, we showcased at CES in Las Vegas and just finished our demo day at a MedTech accelerator in Chicago called M-Hub in the last 2 weeks. And we're now onboarding pharmaceutical companies to actually use our solution to help ensure that they get good quality data to make sure their clinical trials don't fail. One of the, just to add a little bit more point, one of the biggest challenges that we face as a society is implicit bias. I'm 42 years old in a couple of days. And if I go into the doctor and I have my hand shaking and the doctor sees me, they're not going to immediately think Parkinson's. They're going to think something else. even though I'm giving the symptoms of Parkinson's. So our goal is to remove the implicit bias that causes a lot of misdiagnosis with good quantitative tools.
Beautifully done.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, David.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have Courtney with Tutor Connect. Let me find you, Courtney, and I can put you in the spotlight. Ooh, I think I lost you. Did you come on camera, maybe? Oh, okay. Yep, you did come on camera. All right, adding you to the spotlight, getting the timer up, and if you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Griffin. I am a junior biology major, chemistry minor from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, attending the illustrious Howard University, and I'm the CEO of Tutor Connect. Tutor Connect is a tutoring platform designed to match scholars with the perfect tutor. Parents complete a form on a website discussing the needs of their scholar. The director of Tutor Connect, me, then sets up additional appointments to approve lesson plans and pick the perfect tutor that fits their scholar. Tutor Connect target inner city schools and students because this is where the help is most needed. Inner city and minority scholars tend to have the least amount of access to additional educational help. Growing up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I've seen firsthand how the lack of educational help can alter and shift a person's perspective on education. Not only do we want to serve as tutors, but we also want to serve as role models. Having a team of minority tutors, which we have, can help students feel more comfortable and relatable to their educational figures. By providing role models who come from similar backgrounds, Tutor Connect can inspire students to set high goals for themselves and believe in their ability to achieve them. I have currently appointed a vast number of college students attending the illustrious Howard University to help me make a difference in these communities. I've created a website, which I will post in a link later, that will allow parents to look at the platform and decide whether this is a good fit for their scholar. Currently, Tutor Connect have taught over 50 students and currently teaches over 8 right now in the beginning of the school year. And we are looking to grow as time goes on. I plan on promoting my business by getting hands-on in school districts, not only in Washington, D.C., but in communities where my tutors reside. I think that's my time.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. Off to our judges.
A lot of Bison energy in this chat. I gotta second that. Go Bison. Also, I'd like to know, you've had, it sounded like you said 200 students. Go ahead.
Sorry, 45, not 200.
Well, amazing. How many revenues, how much have you collected in revenues from those students?
Roughly, that's rough because we have to do case by case, and we've been doing it for about 1.5 years. But I would say roughly over $3,000 for sure.
Amazing.
Thank you.
All right, if that is everything, awesome job, Courtney. Next up, and let me find you first. Awesome, I got you. Let me put you in the spotlight. We have Ariana with Tony's Kitchen and Bakery. So let me get your timer up, Ariana. And when you're ready, let me know.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm just putting my website in the chat really quick.
You got it.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. Hi, everyone. My name is Ariana Redmond, and I am the owner and founder of Tony's Kitchen and Bakery, where we tell our stories one cupcake at a time. Here at Tony's Kitchen and Bakery, we pride ourselves on being what we call an all-inclusive bakery. In our country, where roughly 20 million people have food allergies, we create access and security to those who want to indulge in sweet treats without fearing a negative reaction. At Tony's Kitchen and Bakery, we create partnerships with our customers to collaborate on a dessert that fits their needs, whether it's diet restrictions like vegan, gluten-free, or sugar-free, or even customization needs such as color matching, edible imaging, or box decorations. Tony's Kitchen is your one-stop shop where our entire menu can be customized to fit your needs. So far in our journey, we have seen a huge amount of progress. In less than a year of doing business, we have served corporate customers such as Bowie State University, University of Maryland College Park, Prince George's County Police Department, and Sea Pleasant Police Department. We have generated roughly $20,000 in revenue and are in the process of becoming general contractors through Bowie State University, developing the first official HBCU cookie. We not only have made an impact in business, but also we are social innovators raising awareness towards the lack of food allergy awareness. In our bakery comes a story of peaceful Southern comfort. I started this company in 2022 after the passing of my father, Anthony Tony Redmond, in 2021. Growing up, cooking together was a hobby that we both shared together. And after his passing, I was ignited to share our gift through offering a piece of our home to yours. We want everyone to get in our story in a collective manner where no one is left out. ladies, there we go.
You're on the
Thank
road, though.
you.
Awesome job, Ariana.
Thank you.
I'll pass it over to our judges.
I want to say, I think you did a very good job with your pitch. Also with I think one thing about your pitch that is excellent is you added a personal touch to it, your backstory. So I think that's excellent for
Thank you.
your idea.
Yeah, I'll jump in and say, first of all, amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing traction. Look, at the end of the day, these are businesses and the numbers matter, and figuring out how to generate that revenue early matters. My question for you is, there are lots of sweeps companies. Tell me how you differentiate yourself in the marketplace and get to that consumer more efficiently than the folks you're competing against.
Absolutely. So first things first is that we don't really call our customers, we call them partners. So every customer we have, we're meeting with them one-on-one to discuss their needs. Like I said, whether it is food customization, such as you need a treat that's sugar-free because you're diabetic, or if you're vegan, or even edible imaging and customizations uses like that. We also target towards students. So I'm a student myself. I am a junior at Bowie State University studying health services administration. So we market our baked goods in a way that is affordable, but also profitable towards us.
And I know this is your bread and butter right here, Dan. This is your space. I love founding farmers. Would you like to hop in with any of those tough questions for the marketplace?
Well, first of all, of course, I love seeing people who want to get in the food space. So, it's not that I don't love all you tech entrepreneurs, but, those of you who are to get all gritty in the food world, I love it. Ariana, my question for you is it all sort of commissary and then direct to consumer, or do you have a retail storefront as well?
So right now it's a little bit harder to get approved for a storefront at my age. So I operate under Maryland's cottage food laws, and everything we have, you can see on our labeling, all of the ingredients are listed to make sure. And then you have our address, our contact information, if that answers your question.
So where are you actually producing these food? There's sort of an incubator kitchen space that you use?
Yes. And then we barter with the local restaurant where we provide their desserts, and then we get to use their kitchen space when they're not there.
I love it. Good.
We also sell, I think if I could touch more on your question, you're mentioning how we sell business to consumer and then business to business as well. And we also utilize e-commerce.
I just want to point out, you just did an excellent job. When a judge asks you a question or a potential investor asks you a question, you have a moment to hold the microphone again. So like your quick transition there to say, there's more I want to say here right now, right? It's, 90 seconds turns into something more. You did that really nicely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Awesome job, Ariana. Great feedback, judges.
Thank you, guys.
Next up, first of all, I do want to take a quick pause because y'all are killing it. Drop some more rockets in the chat. Show some love. Keep the energy up. Feel free to drop your HBCU in the chat as well. Show love to your university, all your family, your community that you're representing, because we are halfway through. And I know the judges are overwhelmed. They may have some tough decisions today. But I'm super excited for everybody going. So without further ado, next up, we have Aaliyah. I'm adding the spotlight to you, Aaliyah. And if I am correct, it's Monet's Engineered Materials, right?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Awesome. So I'll bring up our timer and let me know when you're ready.
All right. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Great day, everyone. I am Aaliyah Clinton, a recent grad from the illustrious Morgan State University with my Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry. It's been nearly 200 years since the first lab coat was invented, and yet we still don't have adequate personal protective equipment for our scientists from hazardous materials in the lab. The current lab coats are not chemical protection suits. They're not designed for hazardous chemical experiments, just small laboratory ones. Also, the attire is very uncomfortable and has no representation of who you are fashionably. The National Institute of Health reports that 73.7% of accidents come from chemical exposures, which highlights the importance of protecting our workers. I am personally affected by this matter, which is why I have created a company, Monet's Engineered Materials, LLC. We are a chemical defense manufacturing company. We create lab coats, We focus on the enhancement of science and technology through engineered materials. We are a chemical defense manufacturing company that creates personal protective equipment for our scientists. Our lab coats focus on our 3 E's: official protection, elevated comfort, and exclusive fashion. We are currently using my connection with my alumni to build traction. They are okay.
I just want to say I love how you power through the nerves, though. I do love that.
Thank
That's
you.
essential for pitching. We all get them, you know, and that's just a level set for everybody. You know, we're all here to support. We're not here to break down anybody. We're here to support everybody. And so even if you didn't get to finish, I love how you powered through that. So keep that spirit, keep pushing. Passing over to the judges.
That's right. Nicely done. Also, can you tell us about your just where you are in terms of manufacturing these lab coats? How are you manufacturing them? And if so, how far have you gotten?
Okay, so currently I have been working with my cousin. She's a seamstress, and I'm bootstrapping. I'm in my bootstrapping phase to provide for my own funding for my business. And when I get the funding for my materials, I'll then carry it to my cousin, who will produce my first lab coat. And I'll be working with Morgan State to do my prototype testing.
Amazing. And we're all family here. But when you leave this family kind of environment, don't tell them that it's your cousin. That is your engineering and manufacturing partner. It's all about perception, and make sure that people, that you're positioning yourself in a way that people are really going to take you as seriously as you warrant.
Oh, yes, I apologize. Thank you. She actually has her own business, so she is my partner.
Beautiful.
Thank you for that.
I think this is excellent. Do you have any designs? Do you have like several prototypes that you have going forward with your business?
Yeah, so you mean designs like for the fashion part, or designs for the lab coat?
For the lab coat.
Okay, so I want to keep it traditional, but make it waist length, and have the cuffs flat. I have a picture, but it's not well designed. But everything's going to be pretty much flat for the knitted hands and for the waist, because the problem is that's where the chemicals and stuff can come in contact if your body isn't fully protected.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick question, Elliot. So do you have a patent or a sort of secret sauce regarding the material? Is that what I understand?
Yes, I have a patent pending material.
I gotta say, I've seen a million people wearing lab coats. I've never once thought about the fact you pointed out. This thing hasn't changed in hundreds of years. I loved when you said that, because you basically gave me an aha on something that I've seen 1,000 times and never sort of considered. So I thought that was very effective to sort of point at the obvious and then point at the problem with the obvious and then say, I'm here to disrupt this thing that hasn't changed. So that really, you really got me paying attention right there.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all.
Awesome job, Aaliyah. Next up, we have, let me find you, Shelly. Adding Shelly to the spotlight. We have Shelly, the confidence coach. Let me know when you're ready, Shelly.
I was born ready.
All right.
Just kidding.
I love it.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Hey, everybody, I'm Shelly Eldridge. I'm known as Shelly, the confidence coach, and my business is By Vision Creations, LLC. I'm the CEO and founder. We focus on and we specialize in providing confidence coaching and goal success coaching for millennial professionals and entrepreneurs. And our target market is about 25, actually up to 54. So what we found is that 56 to 88% of professionals are experiencing imposter syndrome, but most folks are moving towards the SMART goals model to achieve their goals. And so what I realized in 2017, I found myself sitting in the back of my church trying to figure out, who am I? What am I called to do? And why am I still here? I didn't have an answer. And so because of that, that took me on this journey in 2020 to make a solution to help folks to really overcome this epidemic of hopelessness in being a professional, but not knowing where to start, not having the confidence, not having the motivation to get going. And so over the past, last year, we've been able to come up with $1,100. This year, we're already on the path to make $30,000. And so we're connecting with MSU, Morgan State University, other institutions and organizations to provide this service. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelly. To our judges.
First, I love the energy. It seems it was born in 2020, so like right during the pandemic. I could see how this kind of came about. Just wondering, how do you connect with or get clients? Is it like an app? Is it do you do social media? How do you how does that work?
So I use social media. A lot of my clients are from referrals. So for instance, I'm working with, I just started working with Milken Institute that I've already connected with Viable EDU. And so just that connection alone, doing a roundtable discussion, they're like, we need to have you, like, we need you on our team. And so I have a partnership with them, partnerships with Morgan State University, partnerships. And so some of the partnerships come from those referrals and those kind of conversations, but then I meet with individual clients as well. So social media, my email list, I have over 180 folks on that list that I've been nurturing. I just did a webinar today where I just was like, hey, I want to give back to you and help you to get unstuck today. Like, let's make it happen. I only had 2 days to plan it. And I'm like, we gotta do this. The SMART goals model doesn't work. It wasn't created for that. And so now I've created a framework to help folks to move from that goal to see themselves as the best person to achieve that goal, and then bridge that gap to make it happen faster.
All right, I'll jump in here. I'll say wonderful energy. I second that. When you're pitching, make sure your story is amazing, but we got to make sure that we hear all the pieces of that puzzle. We want to hear about your traction. We want to hear about the competition. We want to hear about your positioning. We want to hear about your team. We want to hear about the market. We want to hear about the robustness of this opportunity. My question for you is, can you remind me, you said that you've already generated how much in revenues?
32,400.
Good job. And how long have you been in business?
We've been in business for a little over 3 years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
If I can just squeeze in a quick question here. So Shelly, how are you scaling the coaching? It's, if I understood it right, like right now you are the coach. Is there a plan to scale that?
Yes. So one plan is to license my my curriculum. I actually have an organization right now just asked for me to not just teach or train their employees, but can they use that curriculum moving forward? So my goal is to replace the SMART goals model with the possibility framework. So that's going to take, the licensing, but also I'm going to be doing not just individual coaching, but changing it to a group coaching model.
One last question. I wanted to know, what is the pricing for your service?
So my 8-week coaching program is $5,000.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great job. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you.
Next up, adding you to the spotlight, we have DJ with Tendaji. And I am pulling up our timer. And when you're ready, DJ, we'll get you started.
I have a question. What do you get when you bring together engineers that are into solar energy, wireless charging, and fashion? You get the next best thing. Greetings, my name is DJ Riley, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of my fashion technology business, Tendaji, which means make things happen in Swahili. So I would like the crowd to interact with me for a second. If you guys could put rockets in the chat and let me know if you guys dealt with, dealing with not having your charger with you, whether it was misplaced or stolen, whether it was an outlet not being in touch with you, or maybe a rechargeable battery that can't charge your phone. The solution for this, a jacket that can wirelessly charge your phone via solar power. Put your phone in your jacket pocket and charge it on the go. So even though we're in the ideation phase, we have traction being a top 10 top 7 student visionary for Black Girl Ventures MBA Foundation Next Gen program, and recently was selected as a finalist for the Black Ambitions prize competition with Pharrell Williams. Now, with that being said, thank you for listening, and we hope to make things happen with you guys in the future.
Awesome job, DJ. Let me stop the timer. And next, we'll pass it over to our judges.
I'm going to double tap on my feedback for Shelly. So first of all, DJ, good to see you. Wonderful job. But you left 30 seconds on the table in a 90-second pitch. And there's so much more to learn about your opportunity. And so I'm going to double tap on that. You know, we want to hear about the market. We want to hear about the competition, who's out there. We want to hear about, don't just say that you're in ideation phase, right? Like there's more to mine there. What have you done? You've got something. You've got designs. You've got a website, something, right? So do your best to substantiate what you've got. This is not the time to play it small or humble. Brag. So my question to you is along those lines, what you got? What have you done so far? What have you been able to do to substantiate your concept?
So we've been reaching out to different accelerator programs, obviously Venture for Them. Thank you for getting us into the program. I've been raising money currently. Like I mentioned, we're finalists for the Black Ambitions prize competition with Pharrell. So with us being finalists, we're aimed to get some type of capital in this game. Currently, one of my co-founders, Stan Ridley, he is the fashion guru of our business. He actually has a software called, Roller, I think that's the name of it, where we make the 3D concept of our jacket. So what our jacket has, it has a solar cell implemented in the back of the jacket. Thread, conductor thread consists of stuff like copper fit. So you know that copper fit has copper and is a conductor. And then the jacket itself is going to be like an installation to keep the conductor thread away from the user.
Beautiful. And if I may just give a little bit more feedback, this is for everybody on the chat today. One thing that we are almost all leaving out is our team. The first question that anybody's thinking when we have a big idea is how in the world and who in the world is going to implement this, right? So for everybody in the chat, make sure that you're talking about your team and you make it clear that you've got the special sauce to be able to bring your thing to fruition.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and I think that's extra.
You're muted.
Jeffrey, you're muted.
I want to say, sorry, excellent points, Don. And yes, you have that you had extra 30 seconds. So, you know, I'm a tech guy, so I really want to learn a little bit more about, like, you know, the technical aspect, you know, because I hear solar like solar panels and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of like, how does that work? And you explained it in your next point with a follow-up question. So that's good. So I would say try to include that of how it works in your pitch. And I mean, it sounds like an excellent idea. Solar power jacket, that sounds amazing. So
thank you so much. Yeah, you killed me that I left 30 seconds, but you know, you live and you learn.
You know, DJ, sometimes some pitches are actually better than the ideas, right? And I think in your case, your idea was better than your pitch. So I'm like, I wanted more, and I really admire Dawn and Jeffrey's way they articulated that. That was great. So yes, I agree with them. I want to add something that I think is that you did really well, that all of us can take note from. Your image lines up incredibly well with your product. And separately, let me say, image matters. We're all judged every day, right? This is a slightly different comment about that. I think if you're going to talk about, you know, sort of like fashion and tech and I don't know, there's like a level of like detail and engineering to what you're talking about. And I'm looking at you and I'm like, this guy is this message. And so that helps with credibility. So it's a valuable lesson for all of us to remember. It doesn't matter what we look like. What does matter, though, is if we are a appropriate visual representation of the message, right? Like, you know, if you're going to campaign on anti-smoking, don't be smoking a cigarette. So it's like in the most extreme thing, but bravo on you and your alignment with the message, that really worked for me.
Thank you so much.
Awesome job, DJ. Okay, everybody. So I have some good news and I got some bad news. The good news is y'all did an amazing job. The bad news is we are at time. So unfortunately, DJ had to be our last one today. But I got some other good news after that bad news. So what I'm dropping in the chat now is the link for next month. We are having these every single month. So if we weren't able, and I do see my DMs, unfortunately, some of you all weren't able to fit in the top 10 today. Please join us next month. We want to hear your ideas. We want to hear your concepts, all the amazing things you're working on. So I put the registration link in the chat. You can register today for our rocket pitch in October. Same format. Now you know what to expect. You'll be ready. And so please use that link in the chat. Please share it with your friends, family, anybody that you think can benefit. But because we're at time, we do have to give our judges some time to deliberate and give them some opportunities to pick our first place winner. The good thing is everybody that pitched today still leaves with something. Today, we are sponsored by DC Startup Week. And so all 10 of our pitch participants will receive free tickets to DC Startup Week. So let's make some noise for DC Startup Week. It's an awesome conference. So please take advantage. You all will get free tickets. And so without further ado, what I will do now is I will create our breakout room and I'll let our judges deliberate. So let me go to assign so that we can make sure you guys are squared away and come back with our amazing first place winner. So please let me know, judges, you did get the breakout room. Okay. Looks like they're all good. So while they are away, what we will do is please share all your business, social media, your links, all of that, so we can support you all and we can support each other. This is what we're building here, community. We're building culture. You know, other than just giving away funding, there's things that's at a much deeper layer. You know, even if you don't win first place today, you may leave away with an investor or a business partner, something greater than what that first place prize could be. And so please share all of your content, all of your business links and social media in the chat so that we can support you all. We can support you all. We're having this every month, even if you won or you participate today, come back next month. You know, maybe share some additional traction that you've made within that last month between each other. And so this was awesome. This was awesome. Super excited for everything in store. And so next, what we're going to do is while we're giving the judges some time to deliberate, we'll get back to some music. But while we're playing the music, please share your businesses in the chat. And please register for the next rocket pitch if you weren't able to pitch. So without further ado, we'll run our music back. Money, money, money. And, give the judges.
Founders Friday next week, Deontay. Founders Friday.
Yep, Founders Friday next week as well. We got a lot going on. I'm going to drop the link for Founder Fridays as well. Next week, we have June, and June Benjamin, she's a lawyer. She'll be talking about conflict management. The title is What's Beef? She'll be talking about conflict management. So I'll drop that link in the chat too. So while we're playing the music, keep an eye out for the chat so that you can join all of these awesome sessions that are all free and just want to build your network, your funding for your business and so forth. So keep an eye out for the chat. Thank you.
And this is conflict management with your partners and with everybody.
All right, and our judges will be back shortly. I do just want to say the Soul Train era had to be a vibe. I know it was. Had to be. Kind of disappointed I missed out on it a little bit. But as the judges are on their way, what I will do, as Tremain had mentioned, of course, I did drop the rocket pitch for October in the chat. Also, of course, we have Founder Fridays every single Friday. If we don't do the rocket pitches, we got a new guest speaker on a variety of topics from building your brand to fundraising. Last week, we had Maurice from Black VC and Data Tribe talking about the do's and don'ts of securing the bag. You know, what are VCs looking for? What are the red flags, that they kind of avoid? And so every Friday, we have awesome topics for you all. It's free, same time, same place, different Zoom ID. So keep an eye out for our social media. But what you can do is, as I'm dropping this in the chat here, you guys can register now. You do not have to wait for the day of the event. You'll register, you'll get a reminder on that day. We sometimes will send a reminder a day ahead or so forth. And so this is next Friday. This is next Friday's event. June Benjamin will be leading this. It's called Conflict Management with your co-founders, your partners, and so forth. It's called What's Beef? It'll be an awesome session. One fact that she told me about it, which is why she's so passionate about this topic, is that she said this is the #1 reason why startups fail. 65% of startups fail due to beef, due to conflicts with the founders and the partners and so forth. And so definitely did not know that. So this would be an awesome topic on just how to deal with those situations and have those tough conversations where necessary. And so judges said they are on their way back, and Don will be announcing the winner. Oh,
We're
look,
here.
y'all back. Hey, judges. All right, let me put y'all back in the spotlight, and we can hear from our amazing judges on our first place winner. So without further ado, I'll pass it back over to you guys.
Hi guys, this was really tough. You really did not make it easy on us. I'm gonna announce our kind of second place runner-up is David from Orison. Amazing job, amazing job. We were so super impressed, but what set us over was just the early traction and hustle that we're seeing from Ariana's Kitchen and Bakery. And we're gonna go with Ariana as the winner today. Congratulations, Ariana.
Thank
Awesome
you
job,
so
Ariana.
much.
So let me find you so I can put both of you all in the spotlight. Hopefully they let me put this good amount of people in the spotlight. So let me find you. All right, I got you, David. Adding you and Ariana. I'm looking for you, and I found you. Would you guys like to share any words or anything?
First, thank you so much. Being a college student while also being a business owner is hard. So I thank you for this company and opening up these many options to students like myself and other founding CEOs, because it is hard. So things that you guys are doing is just absolutely awesome. And thank you so much for the opportunity today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and for me, thank you very much for the opportunity to present. This is my third startup company. I've had success in the past on my journey. So I actually come to these events mostly to show we can make it. People that look like us, there's a space out there. Don't let anybody discourage you, and always ask for help. So when I was an undergraduate, I was working at JCPenney selling shoes. So when a lot of people talk to me now, and I have my success story, if you will, I always say, yeah, I have a PhD, but I used to work at Six Flags Fiesta Texas as a ride operator. I used to sell women's shoes. I stayed the path. I listened to my teachers. I took opportunities. And I learned this one phrase from my dad, who got it from my grandfather. If you don't mind me saying this little part, I'm a little soapboxy this way. It's never say no. Ask, what do you have to do? A lot of people turn down great opportunities because they don't know what they have to do to actually even participate in it. And people tend to have a tendency to say no if they have fear or doubt or anything. Talking about that imposter syndrome company that you were mentioning, this is one of the biggest reasons why I've noticed it happen in my friend's life. It's because they're like, well, I can't do that. It's like, well, what do you even have to do? You didn't ask. So stay the course. You guys are all great with the companies you're building, and you can also come up with other businesses too. So this isn't your only one, because you're already on the journey. So I love it. I loved all the pitches.
Awesome job, everybody. And then lastly, I want to just pass it to our judges if you guys had any closing encouragement, any closing thoughts.
Yeah, I'll jump in. Look, starting a business is really hard, and building that muscle that you guys are building to go out and learn a new thing and to make yourself vulnerable and to fail and get up and keep going. It's such an incredible life lesson. So kudos wherever you are on your journey. This journey that you are on is so important and invaluable to your development over time.
I want to say excellent job, everyone. This was a hard pick. But yes, being an entrepreneur is hard. Continue the journey. I'm wishing you all luck. I'm proud of you all. Thank you.
The great thing is that you're here. That's the key. Take your shots, get on the court, put yourself there, keep going. It is the act of doing it. That's the journey. Bravo. Thank you. I learned a lot today. It was fun, and I hope we all created some value together. I know it was valuable for me.
Awesome. We're so appreciative of everyone's time. If you didn't know, this was our first rocket pitch, so it went very smooth. It was amazing, and so the rest is history. We'll have one every single month. So be sure to keep our just look out for our social media that we posted, our emails. We do have everyone's email. So for all of those who did pitch, you will still be getting a ticket to DC Startup Week. We have your emails. We'll be sending you out emails next week on how to redeem that ticket. So also a special thank you to DC Startup Week, special thank you to Dan for founding farmers and being able to provide that funding for our first and second place winners. And so all that to say, you guys were amazing. Have an amazing Friday, and see you guys at the next one. Thank you.
You all, thanks so much.
Yeah. Have a
Take
good day,
care,
everyone.
everyone.